Hello students, and today we'll be discussing one of the topics of obstetrical emergencies. Now this topic is very important because it's a spectrum of obstetrical emergencies, amongst which you have eclampsia, shoulder dystocia, any kind of hemorrhage, antepartum and postpartum hemorrhage for different kind of reasons. All these topics I have already discussed in different sections of their different chapters. And today I'll be discussing a topic called as maternal collapse. The reasons of maternal collapse can overlap with one of these obstetrical emergencies which I've already discussed before. So nevertheless, and needless to say, that you have to refer to the specific section of my discussion to understand or explore more, because in this lecture it's very difficult to go to different smaller topics. So without wasting time, let's start with maternal collapse today. So it's very obvious, a female who was undergoing labor or who's there in the ward has suddenly collapsed. So what exactly is the definition of maternal collapse? So RCOG defines maternal collapse as an acute condition due to cardiorespiratory and or brain involvement, which might lead to a loss of consciousness in the female or a subconscious level of the female. It might just lead to a subconscious level of loss of consciousness in the female. Now, if you think about it, it's a very important cause for maternal mortality if it is not attended to properly. But let me tell you one thing very important, the reason why I'm taking this topic. Because maternal collapse could be because of certain physiological reasons which are there already existing in the pregnancy. And it could be because of very catastrophic reasons which might be a superimposed factor in the pregnancy. So as an obstetrician, it's our duty to understand whether it was a physiological reason which led to it, so it's a very benign condition, or it is a catastrophic condition which has to be attended to immediately. An immediate call of help, involvement of senior consultant, involvement of multidisciplinary team, and immediate help to the female. So in today's class, let's just start discussing the important causes of maternal collapse. If you think about it, what could be the causes of a patient suddenly losing consciousness on your table? What could it be? So it could be certain important benign reasons, like what happens basically in pregnancy is that there is hypotension in pregnancy. You already know that. And because of that hypotension, even a small exertion might just lead to pooling of the blood, and as a result of which the patient might have hypotension. There is a high chance of hypoglycemia in patients who are taking insulin. So these patients may immediately suddenly collapse. Vis-a-vis certain dangerous conditions, maybe a CNS lesion, maybe a ruptured uterus, maybe any reason for which there is a hemorrhage or hypotension, or hemorrhage causing hypotension, septic shock, sepsis. Then amongst the other causes, so basically we have divided these causes into obstetric causes, non-obstetric causes, iatrogenic causes, and causes which are also called as traumatic causes. So let me just start with the obstetric causes. What could be the obstetric causes? The benign causes, like I already told you, hypotension, hypoglycemia could be a reason which will cause sudden collapse in the patient. The other reasons could be hemorrhage because antepartum hemorrhage, postpartum hemorrhage, because of many reasons. Traumatic might also come over here, but we'll just for the convenience we've discussed it separately. So amongst the hemorrhage, you have antepartum hemorrhage, different reasons, postpartum hemorrhage, different reasons. Then you come to preeclampsia and eclampsia, might be a cause. Embolism of any kind. It could be amniotic fluid embolism, the most dreaded, the most dangerous of it all. Amniotic fluid embolism, even thromboembolism might be a cause for a sudden obstetric cause for the maternal collapse. Sepsis is definitely already included, and all these things are already discussed in their separate chapters. Those of you who've already had my classes know about these things that I've already discussed these topics. Eclampsia has been discussed. Sepsis and septic shock has been discussed in their separate topics. So these could be antepartum hemorrhage, postpartum hemorrhage has been thoroughly discussed, including everything in my specific lectures and even in notes. So those of you who are that ambitious because they want to remember and learn everything can refer to my notes in their respective sections. But here it will be, because of time constraint, the topic of my full attention will be maternal collapse. Then there are certain non-obstetric causes. what could be the non-obstetric causes? Like I said, CNS lesion could be one of them. GI bleed could be one of them. Then your intracranial, obviously hemorrhage that comes in CNS. Not just lesion, hemorrhage. Intracranial hemorrhage can also be a reason. A cardiac reason. A respiratory disorder might be a reason for non-obstetric maternal collapse. Iatrogenic reasons, sometimes anesthesia and anesthetic hazards might be a cause. An injection or a medicine that you've given which causes a sudden allergic reaction might be a cause for maternal collapse. So these things also you should have in your DD when you're dealing with such a patient. And then comes, of course, traumatic reasons, an accident, in which there is a trauma to the patient. Could be from anywhere in the body, a bone fracture or whatever. So these are the causes of maternal collapse. Now let's go and handle how will you manage the patient who has come to you with maternal collapse.